Okay, boys and girls, it's time to talk about our introduction for our writing prompt, Time You Got Hurt. So when you open up your Google assignment, after you've gone to it through your learning pathway, you're going to see this red stop sign, similar to what we're doing with our social studies, so you don't go moving forward before you have finished your current need of the assignment. So all you need to do is click on that red thing. It's going to highlight the blue here, and you can just hit your delete, your backspace, or you can just move it off to the side of the page, whatever you need to do to get rid of it. Okay? So now let's take a look here at what our introduction is asking us to do. Okay, it wants us to please write your introduction today and don't forget to include a hook to capture your reader's interest. Well, before we even start talking, notice over here on the right, this is what is called a checklist rubric. These are the things that you need to have throughout your story to make sure that you have written it according to the prompt. So the first thing in an introduction you're going to focus on is I hooked the reader. That's really mostly all you're going to be focusing on for the introduction. You always want to check though for capitalization, for your punctuation, for your spelling, to make sure it's understandable to your reader. So that's always on everything, okay? So, all right, so we're going to be working on our hook. So let's take a look back at the top at our brainstorming copy. Okay, here are my little prompts right off the top of my head. Okay, and this is what I did with those. And I'm just doing my introduction. So remember, here was my introduction. So I think what I want to do today is I'm going to take just this part and I'm going to copy it, Control Copy, and I'm going to bring it over here to my introduction. And I'm just going to paste it there for now. This is my reminder. Okay, this is my reminder of where I am going in my writing. So I'm going to delete this eventually, but right now it says to type here. I'm going to go down underneath, give myself a little space so I know. I'm just looking up at that little jot to keep my focus where I need it to be. So first of all, I need to hook my reader. So what am I going to do? Think to yourself, if you were riding a bike, what could you do? What can you ask a question? Can you make a sound? What can you do that's going to hook your reader into it? So I'm thinking I haven't had the accident yet. So when I'm riding my bike home from school, I'm probably having a good time, right? So maybe I am, I say, I'm flying home from school on my bike. Okay, so I'm setting up a visual right there. Can you imagine yourself on your bike when you're going really, really fast and you can feel the wind in your hair? Ooh, that's good. Let's ask that. I can feel the wind on my face. Okay? It is cold and biting. Because in the fall and the winter time, that cold out there and it gets your cheeks all kind of stingy, rosy, but it's still so fun because you're riding so fast. Okay, I am riding so fast. It feels like I am flying. Okay, so I got that because remember up here, this is my little jot noticed here. Okay, so I'm riding my bike. Well, that's flying off the bike, but I'm going to go in here. I feel like I'm flying. I'm not going to exclamation because that's so exciting. Okay. Then suddenly I hit a bump in the road. Oh, that's going to be an actual voice dialogue, so I'm going to put my quotations on it. Ah! I cry out. I start to what? Start to fall off? I start to fall off my bike. I don't want to say bake. Off my bike. I must make the same spelling mistake. Do you guys do that? Oh, I start to fall off my bike. I can see the ground getting closer. Then, thud. I skid. Skid across the rocky road and skin my knee. What will I do? Here's a question. I'm going to leave my introduction with a question, because when I get to the part where I have to start writing about the body of my story, this is going to lead me into that nice and easily. So now I have done this. There's a few little spelling and grammar things in here, but that's okay. This is our rough draft. We'll come back and we can work on that a little more the next time we come back here. But since this is now my introduction, I don't need this up here anymore. Okay, I've used all of that, so I'm going to just backspace that. And here is my introduction. I can look over here. I hooked the reader. Did I hook the reader? I think I did. Okay. And added some details and description. There's a little more details in here. We've got the wind biting on the face, and you can almost feel it. We've kind of used our senses to explain the action that's going on. And so this is what your introduction is going to do. It's going to introduce your readers to your story.